Hello, my beautiful creators. From childhood, we were taught that there was a heaven and a hell. That in itself is very magical, but then we're also taught that we shouldn't believe in magic and that these other dimensional worlds are outside of us, meaning somewhere above and somewhere below. But we often forget that language has hidden meaning. What is underneath of us? If you go down as far as you can go in the physical body, we know that that's called the heel. Then we go to the top, where is the head on our shoulders. Heel, hell, heaven, head. Now, I get that this can be a coincidence, but don't forget that that's not the only one. Remember back to the meditation that I put out last week, and if you haven't, go and check that out when you have just a few minutes to yourself. In that meditation, what did I have you do? Move your energy from the inside to the outside of your body, and then we circulated it by shooting that energy up through the head, and then recycled it down into Mother Earth and back again after it had been transmuted through the sole of your feet. Now go way back to the beginning of man, Atom, and I mean that spelled A-T-O-M, as in protons, neutrons, and electrons. Just to be clear, there are three main parts of an atom, which is also its own torus field, the Trinity. We are made of carbon. We also hear the term carbon footprint, so we are very much connected to Mother Earth. Can you take a wild guess as to how many protons, neutrons, and electrons a carbon structure has? 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. I'll let you figure that one out for yourself, but we've talked many times about how yin and yang are within us. We are all one, and you've been programmed to forget who you are. In remembering, we activate our enlightenment, and we're able to transform and transmute our karma to live to our highest potential as creators. Then there's Atum, as in Atum Ra, the Egyptian creator god or the sun god. The sun, S-O-N, and the sun, S-U-N, are interchangeable. And don't forget Adam, A-D-A-M, as in Adam and Eve. Now, because I don't want to botch this work and to help you navigate your awakening, I'm going to introduce you to some of my favorite teachers and information from here on out. Santos Bonacci, also known as Mr. Astrotheology, is one of the very first people that I did research on when I was going through my major awakening process. This is when I told you that I was up all night reading books and watching videos. Santos is a teacher of Syncretism, which is the as above, so below that I talk about, the microcosm and the macrocosm. He brings all things, all creation, all religion, everything we've learned, all around the world and shows us the hidden meaning behind it, which contributes to us falling asleep in the first place. It's time to awaken, so this brings the one of all of creation together, and there are so many layers to it that I can't explain it, so I'm so happy to connect you with him. All of his links are provided in the description box below, and I encourage you to go crazy on his information. Enjoy what I've put together for you, and remember to keep going from there. The original video, All is Atum, is linked for you down below, so you can watch the entire unedited version as well. So, welcome to your Ascension Creator. Enjoy hearing Mr. Santos Bonacci.
Yeah, so look, I'm just going to carry on with the subject of energy and how the different rays that come from the torus field can heal us, and how we can heal through understanding, knowledge, wisdom, intelligence, consciousness. These are the centers. This is the center of intelligence. This is the heart chakra, the center of all torus fields. This is the dielectric plane. And so this is the earth, which is also an anagram for heart. And ether. Ether is known to be the field in which the earth, the ether, the heart, is beating. Okay, so what we have is a heartbeat, and our lungs are breathing. Breath is bratheos. When we breathe, compression, that's blue. When we expel the breath, redshift, rarefaction. Compression, rarefaction, compression, rarefaction. This is the wave expression of the universal pulse which is in your heart. Your heart is dum dum, dum dum, all is adum. All is Adam, all is Atum. So when you listen and you meditate, you will hear the beat of the heart of the earth, inertia, the inertial plane, the earther. And so what we have now is the pulse, is the heart. The heart pumps red blood. Adam means red. Another meaning for Adam is breath. Bra theos, Brahma breathes. And so the breath is in the lungs, and this is expressing the constant pulse and wave of the universe. So what we're going to do today is understand how all these atum through the number 26. We've already established 24, but the number 26 is the God number, and the wheel is 24. And what half of 26 is 13, the phi ratio, and the half of 24 is 12, pi. This expresses 12 expresses pi 3.141, and 13 is a golden ratio number of phi, which is 1.618. So this is how we're going to look at these numbers, the root of 13 and the root of 12. Okay, so L, Aleph, Lamed. Lamed is the lamb. Adam, the 12th letter. This is 12, this is 1, 13. God, 7 plus 5, G-O-D, 7, 15, 4, 26. Remember, twice 13 is 26. So Al, God, comes to 26. And by the way, Aleph means ox. Aleph is the ox, the sterile ox. And Lamed, the meaning of Lamed is ox goad. Goad is God. God the ox. The bull. Jupiter and his bulls, Krishna and his bulls, his cows, they're all Taurus fields. Okay, so Jupiter Thor, God, is a Taurus field. Jehovah, Yod He Va He, 10, 5, 6, 5. 26. Aleph, Yod 10, Vav 6. 26. English, 26 letters. Latin, 26 letters. Elohim, 52, twice 26. These are the numbers of the card decks. Okay, so we've got a card deck of 52, and we also have a 78 card deck, which is the tarot. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 equals 78. When you put the 12 signs of the zodiac, 12 in here, this rota, this Taurus, tarot, rota, wheel, bra, theos, breath, and pulse, equals 78. So you've got your two card decks in the wheel, okay? So we have the ox and the ox goad make 13. This is the key to understanding the letter 26. 20 is cosmic differentiation, 2, division. 6 is karma, obviously. The male phallic, the blue, watery, feminine womb. They equal 8. 8 is nirvana. 8 is liberation. See the 8? What goes around comes around eternally. So this is the nirvana. So this is a double helix, goes that way. As I said last week, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, adenine, thymine, guanine, cytosine. This 8 is the 8-spoked wheel. The 8-spoked wheel in India is called the Dharma wheel. Adama, all is Adam. 2 times 6 is 12. So 2 plus 6 is 8. Here is the other wheel. So you have the 2 wheels. This wheel gives you the cardinal signs, the cardinal cross, and St. Andrew's cross, which is the cross-quarter days of the ox. So here is the ox, the bull, Taurus. The Taurus is here in May. May comes from mag. Mag comes from magnitude, magnetism, to move. That's why May, mag, is moving. The Taurus is the Tavros. The Tavros is the Tau, this T here, which is represented in these wheels and is the symbol of Christianity and the swastika and all symbols. That's the Tav, or the Stavros in Greek, which is where Christ is crucified, on the Stavros, the cross, the pole. What we have here is the dynamic ox, the double cross. It is also the 24th letter. X is the 24th letter. It expresses perfectly this wheel, dynamically. Static, cardinal, dynamic. And this is the ox god, the ox god of the Taurus fields. Jupiter is always with his Tauruses. But we have seen that Jupiter and all the other gods were but the names for the sun. As I've said in my presentation, everything is the sun, everything. Sun and Saturn, the 2 twins, Horus and Set, Jesus and Satan. Therefore it follows that the sun, either as emblem or as God himself, was the object of universal adoration. And this is the sun. This is Jupiter that we're talking about, who is the sun, because when Jupiter is in Pisces, when the sun is in Pisces, it is given the appellation of Jupiter. When it's in Mars, it's given the appellation, when it's in Aries, it's given the appellation of Mars. Taurus, Venus. And so this is just but one name for the sun. They all go back to the sun. The sun is the vital force in the heart. This is the heart chakra where the sun is 12 petals. This ray of light has 12 petals. This one has 4. This one has 16. The heart chakra has 16 petals. Very important numbers, these. 12 petals in this ganglion. The body has 26 sympathetic nerve ganglions. 26. So Thor, this is the tree, Yggdrasil, in the Midgard, the middle garden. It is the Tor tree, the tree. The Arbor. Arbor is an anagram for Abra. Abra is abracadabra. Abra, in Spanish, open. Abra la puerta. In Italian, apra. Aprile. Aprile, R and L being interchangeable, becomes aprire, to open. Open sesame. Abracadabra. Abra is this abrasion of this blue shift, red shift of every magnetic gyroscopic atom, all is atom, that ever existed. So every form is this. Every form is the form of Krishna and his cows, the Tauruses. They are turrets, little towers. Tor, pressure for atmospheric unit of atmospheric pressure. Torre in Italian, tower. Oh well, I did that wrong, didn't I? Torrent. This is the torrent. Torsion, turn. Torque, as in mechanical torque. To talk. These are all creating torus fields. There is only torus fields, whether it's through the sound waves or whether it's through the ether. So what we have here, if we look at the number 12 and see how special it is, we have the Star of David or the sigil of Saturn over here, and I have the 12 numbers wrapped around through those, that shape, the sigil of Saturn or the Star of David. This is the male phallic, this is the womb. And so all these lines, there are 6 straight lines, they all add up to 26. There are 2 triangles. As you can see, all the numbers add up to 26. 3 rhomboids, all the numbers add up to 26. 1 hexagon in the middle, all the numbers add up to 26. All these numbers add up to 12. 12 times 12, 144, is the Star of David. Nicodemus was taught by Christ in the Bible that to be born again, one must lift up the Son of Man. The Son of Man is the manna that comes from heaven. It's a beautiful fluid that if we return it back, we are able to get our all the dormant brain cells in the cerebrum awakened. So this here is also the third ventricle, the third heaven, and in here the two laws of Moses are the pituitary gland, which sit in the middle of the Turkish saddle. That's the pituitary body, which is the master of the endocrine system. Therefore, that's the law of God, the twin pituitary body. And it's sitting in the sphenoid bone. I'm touching my sphenoid bone right now. And if you Google image sphenoid bone, you will see the pituitary gland sitting 2 little twins in 2 little sella, Turkish saddle. And that is the two laws of the 10 commandments of the endocrine system, which controls our health and spirituality. And so we've got the manna in the Ark of the Covenant, and that is in the optic thalamus. And this is what we are to raise, because as Jesus said, if you don't lift up the Son of Man, as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, you will not be born again. And being born again is reactivating our higher mind.
The Bible is a story within a story depicting the universe and how the universe interacts with the human and our consciousness. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It is a holy science. It is a sacred science. Hence it's dealing with light and energy, God, consciousness, life force, truth. God is truth.